Hey, what's good, Walking Dead fans? This is the Campfire Crew, and we have a special video for you today. We're going to look at the transformation of Carol from The Walking Dead. We're going to cover her story from seasons 1 all the way through season 6 and kind of cover some of the highlights and pivotal moments of this character arc that we've seen and that we've grown so fond of over the years. The first clip, we're going to start out obviously with season 1. And it's going to be our first introduction to Carol. And throughout this video, I'll probably pop up and just kind of commentate over some of the clips that you're looking at. So let's jump right into this and let's check out Carol.
Hey, Carol. Sophia, how y'all this evening?
Fine. We're just fine.
Okay.
Sorry about the fire.
No. No apology needed. Y'all have a good night, okay? Y'all don't keep prodding the bull here, okay? Now, I'm done talking. Come on.
No. Carol, you don't have to.
Carol.
You don't tell me what! I tell you what! Come here!
I'll do it. It's my husband.
This moment is important because this is her first walker kill, human kill, however you want to say it. He's dead, but this is to keep him from turning it. But she's never probably killed or stabbed anything before. So we pick up in season 2 now, and obviously the big moment here is when she loses her daughter.
Oh, Lord! There's 2 walkers after my baby!
I find this moment to be important because it shows that Carol was a religious woman and that she managed to still hold on hope despite everything that had happened. And I think her prayer here is pretty powerful and gives some insight to her transformation, especially in season 6.
Don't let this be my punishment. Let her be safe. Alive and safe. Please, Lord. Punish me however you want. But show mercy on her.
All right, this was obviously probably one of the most powerful scenes that we get out of this entire series, and this is when she finally realizes her daughter has become a walker. This is the moment that breaks Carol all the way down. She loses her husband, she loses her daughter, and now she really loses her daughter again. I think this is the moment when the Carol that we have come to love is born. Now, we don't have much that happens in season 3 with Carol, nothing I think is major. You know, you got this little scene right here where, you know, she's killing a zombie. She's learning, she's training. This is where she's, you know, growing and developing into who she becomes. Season 4 was a huge year for Carol. This might be probably one of the most impactful seasons that we see with Carol all the way through. We see her take her first human victim. She has kids that she's kind of taken under her wing, and you'll see some of the stuff that she says to them as she's trying to train them, and ultimately loses those kids in a horrible way. So we'll sit back and watch season 4 unfold for Carol.
Somebody dragged him out here. They set him on fire. They killed him and set him on fire.
You can't be afraid to kill. Understand?
How?
And fight it. And fight it. And you don't give up. And then one day, you just change. We all change.
Did you kill Karen and David?
Yes.
I won't have you there.
You can't.
You're not that woman who was too scared to be alone. Not anymore.
Rick, it's me. No one else has to know.
Bye, Felicia.
I think this is important because it kind of has Carol playing house that she wants a normal life.
I'm not used to this.
Used to what?
We in a living room. In a house.
We should live here.
Carol once again gets broken down where
Please don't
a kid
hurt
that
me,
she
I'm sorry.
loves is taken away from her, except in this fashion, she's the one that has to pull the trigger. I think this kind of is the straw that broke the camel back from Carol. I think this breaks Carol all the way down. So this is the next huge moment in the transformation of Carol. And you're about to see coming up is the scene at the end of this where she's talking with Tyrese and she's kind of given up. You know, she doesn't have that Christian faith anymore and she has lost hope and she wants to die. You can kind of see in her eyes like she's just ready to give up completely. Which again, I think plays a factor in season 6.
I killed Karen and David. Do what you have to do.
I forgive you.
Thank you.
We get Carol. This is season 5, episode 1. We get Carol back, full commando mode, and her bad A chick self attacking Terminus. So we're just going to kick back and watch Carol in action.
And we're still here.
You're not here. Neither am I.
Season 6 is another huge character arc for Carol. I mean, she grows tenfold throughout this entire season. She starts out still cold-blooded as ever, but she puts on this facade as the mother of the group. You know, I bake, I'm so friendly, I'm not used to all this killing. But I think secretly, this is the woman who Carol really wants to be. And you don't really notice it until the season progresses. But she has another kid take to her and Sam. She keeps her arm's distance and, you know, she's trying to train him up and tell him all this stuff, like completely cold-hearted towards Sam. She does not want to get attached to another kid. Alas, he still gets attached to her and her to him. The next big moment that happens in this season is when the wolves attack, and Carol has this moment with Morgan when he has one of them hostage. So let's take a look at that.
We can talk.
No. This is over.
We can be better than them.
We are better than...
Not if we kill.
I think Morgan is telling her what Carol has already been struggling with on the inside, and Morgan's just the one to kind of bring it out to the forefront. Moving on from that, Sam ends up getting killed. Now, I don't know if Carol blames herself, but we as the audience realize that Sam is playing the words that Carol had told him earlier on. Whether she feels guilty or not, I don't know, but she does feel bad as you see her at the grave putting a cookie down on the headstone and whatnot. Moving on from that, she has a love interest now in Tobin. She's back to playing house, and we saw what happened the last time she got comfortable and tried to have a normal life. Bad stuff happened. This time she gets kidnapped by the Saviors. She finds the cross, which ends up to be more impactful than what I think we originally realized, because again, she was putting on that facade of this helpless person. But I think a lot of that was the true her coming out. She does feel like that. I think all hope is lost. She's just, she doesn't know where else to turn. So now she's going back to her faith. She holds on to this cross. And I think the breaking point for her in this is when the last straw was when she burnt these people alive. And then afterward, you see Daryl ask her, is she okay? And if you go back to the first time we ever saw Carol, her first words was, I'm fine. And now in this one, she's like, no, I'm not okay.
Fire?
Yeah.
Hi. You good? Come here.
Getting on past that, she's completely given up hope again, and now she's back. And you see the cycle. She plays house, something bad happens, she loses all hope. Now she's ready to die as she's there getting shot, and, Morgan has to end up saving her. Question is this the end of Carol's story arc? Will we, see her give up and die? Or will she rise once again to become a more balanced Carol? A Carol that is still willing to kill to protect the ones that she loves, but also has compassion and willing to save those who are worth saving. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Is Carol bad? Hey, man, is this the end of Carol? Or do you think there's more to her that we're going to get to see? Sound off in the comment section below. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. We got some awesome stuff coming up that's Game of Thrones and Walking Dead related. So make sure you don't miss that. You can join us on our Facebook group where we do a live chat through all these episodes. The link for that will be down in the description below. You can follow us on Twitter, this, that, and the third. And until next time, guys, I'm out.